Howdy, everybody. Welcome back
Howdy.
to welcome back to another episode of the Beardy Boys. And as you can
Yeah.
see, we're back down to a twosome today because Rick had some more stuff come up. This is the thing with what's going on in his personal life and everything. We knew that it would potentially add up to more time for him having to
Yeah.
be away. So we told him it's completely fine. We understand. So we'll be without him this week, but he wanted to today, but unfortunately, what he has going on in his personal life just ran over, and it's something they have to take care of. It's
Well,
something
it's a
that cannot
complex
wait.
situation. It's not something like,
Yes.
oh, I got to go down to the dry cleaners and pick this up.
No, there's
Hi,
there's
Shorty. You can't
there's
be in here,
so
buddy.
many
You got to go
layers.
on. Time out. Sorry.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Shorty, go. You got to get out of here, buddy.
A
No,
shorty interference.
you can't be in here, unfortunately. Okay.
So yeah, but like we told Rick, this is we perfectly understand. It's completely expected, and we hope that everything goes well. And as soon as he's ready, he'll be right back in here with us, making more noise and keeping up the crazy.
That's
But,
right.
So we had ourselves an awesome stream with Nanopolis and Jake, and that was just amazing. So
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Y'all can look forward to that. Hopefully here soon. Maybe some highlights, maybe some funny moments. You know how it is. We do the damn thing. You know what's
Yeah,
up.
the damn deed will be done.
Yeah. So, all in all, though, it's I'm just trying to activate my inner Tony Danza. Yeah. Sorry. So I go crazy. So all right, everybody. So we're moving into our main topics of the day. We're gonna keep this one short. Because we got shit to do, and time is not on our side. So
Not
we're
at
just
all.
we're just gonna roll straight into the first topic of the day, which will be brought to us by Sir Chadwick. So if you wish to proceed, Chad, go ahead.
Dude, I'm really disappointed today
Uh huh.
because I'm reading some news that I didn't want to hear. When I bought Hogwarts Legacy, I understood that there was a certain part of the game, a puzzle piece in Hogwarts that is a very important puzzle piece,
Yes.
and that was Quidditch.
Yes.
You couldn't play. I mean, the field was there, but you couldn't play Quidditch at all. It was all really just a setup for a speed run on your broom, like it's a race, a time
Yeah.
trial, if
Yeah.
you will. But we all assumed, boy, isn't that a horrible thing to do when it comes to video game
Uh,
companies, that they would include some DLC, that there would be some Quidditch added to the game because it only makes sense. You can play other games in the game. There are other
yeah.
competitive things that go on in that game,
But the
but
quintessential
no
game that you
Quidditch.
associate with Harry Potter within the world of Harry Potter,
Right.
no go.
And I will tell you why. It seems that the dedicated sport of the wizarding world of Harry Potter is getting its own official game. So
Made
they're
by
making it a
who?
quad game.
Made by who? That's my
Warner
question.
Brothers.
Well,
Unbroken
no.
Studios. Warner
Well,
Brothers and a developer named Unbroken Studios
hold
announced
on.
Harry
Let's
Potter Quidditch Champions. It's a fast-paced competitive multiplayer
hold
game
on. You said
built.
Unbroken Studios.
Yes. It's not even that pisses me off. What pisses me off about this situation is the fact that they didn't put it into Hogwarts Legacy and they're building an entire side game around Quidditch. Like, it was a part of all the other Harry Potter games to a certain degree. It wasn't like as much of an open world experience as this game is,
Ah,
but
okay. I see what this is. This is a production jump. So this team, Unbroken Studios, worked with Rocksteady, aka
mm,
the developers of the Batman Arkham games and stuff like
mm-hmm,
that. They've basically been a secondary dev team to
mm.
Rocksteady, and now they're getting their shot at really putting their own stuff out
Oh,
there.
okay.
So this is their quote unquote big shot, and who better? Like I would say. If they worked under Rocksteady, they've probably got some good devs, but
I mean, it'll probably be a good game, I'm
I
sure, but it
worry,
just
but it's
pisses me off.
bullshit that it.
Like, am I gonna have to pay another $70 to play Quidditch?
I hope not.
Like, give me a break, man.
I hope not. I mean, come on.
I,
What? Why not implement that in and just have that be another fold
Well,
of
even if
Hogwarts
there was a
Legacy.
standalone game that was like broader and you could do more and there were more teams and there's just, a bunch of different
You
shit
can
going
make
on.
your own
But
teams and
why
stuff.
couldn't we just play it in a storyline in Hogwarts Legacy? Like it's part of the fucking experience of going to Hogwarts. The field is there just making you look and just be like, why can't I use this? I don't know,
I don't
man, but
know, man.
for me it just feels like a kind of shitty thing to learn when you understand that that big chunk is missing from the game and this is supposed to be to fill that void. It's like you have to create a whole new character in this. You got to go on a different storyline. It's like your character in Hogwarts Legacy can never fulfill the dream of being, winning the championship for your house.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just like, come on, dude.
makes no sense. It
Yeah,
makes no sense, dude. I don't get
but
it.
I expect as much nowadays anyway.
I do too, and I would really hope that we would see something that would you know give hope that the devs would have something in line that would make it a little more easy to swallow. But no, instead it's just like, oh nope, completely separate game from a completely separate studio from an untested team. It's probably gonna be subpar, but we'll see. But they pull this shit all the time, dude. I mean, they always are looking for ways to nickel and dime people, and now that people have finally caught on to loot boxes for the most part,
Yeah.
and now that they've done that, and when Star Wars did Jedi Fallen Order, they rushed that, dude. Instead of having the
Yeah.
usual like 5 year dev cycle, Stig Asmussen and his team had only 3 years to make that game,
Damn.
and it was the best Star Wars game in like a decade, easily. And because it was so good, I think EA realized, oh, so this is the kind of games people want. Okay, so let's do this. Let's nickel and dime them, but release more games within a window, just not with And I hope that they're quality games. From what everyone says about Jedi Survivor, it's looking really good, and plus having a more full dev cycle this time around. And
Yeah.
plus, Stig Asmussen's still being in command of the game. I have full
It's
faith in
coming
it.
out soon, right?
Yes, it comes out next month, I think.
Yeah, I
Jedi
think
Fallen
so.
Order or Jedi, not Fallen Order, but Survivor. There it is.
Survivor. Yeah.
Yeah, it comes out. No, this month, April 28th. So late
There
this
we
month.
go. Very
So here,
soon.
yeah, here in about 10 days. So
How
I'm
you feeling
excited for
about that?
Oh, I'm excited because Stig Asmussen, he wanted people to be excited for this, and he wanted people to understand that he wants this to be the quintessential Star Wars game of the modern era.
Well, you were
And
latched on to the first one. Like when it came
oh
out, you were
yes,
locked the fuck in.
yes, I love that. I love the first one, dude. And here's the thing: I know that there are people out there who have had problems with it, but me playing it on PC at release day and everything, outside of a few wonky landing animations, I didn't have any issues. And people say,
I played
"Oh,
it a bit later, so I didn't have any issues with it at all.
yeah, they'd ironed out all the bugs since then." But
Hmm.
for me, I would say like people saying, "Oh, it borrows from Uncharted. Oh, it borrows from this. Oh, it borrows from that." It's like so basically every game out there. I
Yeah.
mean, does every
Almost
platform
everything is
does
Assassin's Creed
does
now. So
everything does every 2D platformer owe Mario like a royalty for running and jumping?
right.
Does every 3D platformer now, open world exploration game owe Assassin's Creed a royalty? No.
Yeah.
It's all about how you fill that world up.
I do think that it was very Assassin's Creed Uncharted
Yes.
and it was the good parts.
Yes.
I would even argue a little bit of Zelda in there.
Mm-hmm.
With the puzzles and shit the way
Well,
that they were.
and plus Dark Souls because of the
Yeah.
the rest areas and stuff like
Hmm.
that, and also the roguelike combat and all that.
Well,
It's
you have to learn how to dodge and everything.
yes, and I would say overall that was a big part of why it worked so well for me.
Good blend.
Oh yeah, really good blend. I had no issues.
You can become OP in the game though.
You can, but then of course you
It's
can
not
always crank it
impossible
up to
to do.
Grandmaster difficulty and really challenge yourself when that counter window is so small.
Yeah.
Whereas the counter window on normal, like you are given a long time to initiate the counter to like fire back a laser or to
As you should as a Jedi, really. I mean,
yeah. Whereas
you
on
should be able to.
Grandmaster difficulty, holy shit,
Yeah.
it gets brutal.
Yes, it does.
But I also sort of did a thing where I went to Dathomir first, and I unlocked
Mm.
the dual sided saber
Yep, I have.
before I was
Yeah.
supposed to.
I think
So
you influenced me to do that actually because I have the same thing.
yeah,
And I
it
was getting
works.
advice from you early on because I have the double blue Darth Maul style.
Yes, and according to Nick, you actually get it a little bit later on in the game, but it doesn't beat getting it that early on Dathomir. You basically test yourself on Dathomir, and once you get to where you know you can't progress any further because you haven't
Hmm.
unlocked a certain move, you actually go back, and on your way back, that's where you find it. It's just like holy shit, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then basically you have it way earlier in the rest of the main story than you're supposed to, and it's like
Yeah.
the fact that they thought of that and they knew that people would want to explore Dathomir as much as possible, and it's
Hmm.
sort of a reward like a pseudo reward for you exploring the world as much as possible before realizing, oh shit, I can't go any further, I'm gonna
Yeah.
head back. But instead of giving you just like that long trudge back to the ship, instead it's like, oh, what's this? Holy shit, dude, the
Hmm.
double lightsaber. It's like, yeah,
Yep.
it felt so badass finding that, and it's a reward for you actually wanting to explore and do more. So
Yeah.
that's why I love Stig Asmussen, because he is really good about that. He's really good about rewarding people for their exploration and their curiosity and everything. And that's what you should do as a game dev.
I think so.
You shouldn't punish people for. I know Nintendo for Super Mario Odyssey, there were so many people trying to break the game, and they had rewards in like impossible areas for you to access without cheats. You had to cheat in
Hmm.
order to reach those areas, and there was like a big coin reward up there. And be like, oh, they knew you'd try this. They knew you
Yep.
would try this, so they slyly hid that. Ah, I see what you're doing, and I just love shit like that, dude. I love when devs do that, but
Unlike old SMT games that would literally break your
oh
game for going the wrong path. It's like,
yeah,
oh, you just put 30 hours into this after you fucked up and you can go forward no
no
longer.
longer. Yeah, progress no proceed no further.
Your
Restart the
game,
game.
your save is fucked. Sorry.
Yes, restart right now.
God damn,
Jesus,
dude.
it gets brutal, dude. It gets vicious with those games. So I would say, hopefully, this means like we'll get more quality games. I hope that the Hogwarts, the Quidditch game, the Quidditch Champions game is at least passable. I mean,
It'll
if it's
probably be
good,
good. It'll probably be good. I just wish they would at least put like a mini game into Hogwarts Legacy where you could play Quidditch, like
I,
one position on the team or something.
I
Just like,
agree.
come
I
on, dude.
agree. I agree
It
with
needs to be a
that.
storyline.
But I would also say, the fact that that game has so much as is
It's
speaks
got a lot.
volumes about it does, and that speaks enough volumes about it to where I think if they wanted to do a separate game, I could see it being more merited than other games that have done spin-offs that have no merit. Like the game
Hmm.
was god awful, and having this included with the game would have made it better, but instead they held their cards back and were just like, nope, separate game.
Yeah.
And I'd hope that if it, because in my mind, I hope it's good. I hope it's not subpar, and I think that would mean I think it just means more quality games for gamers. I mean,
Hopefully.
hopefully, fingers crossed,
Yeah.
because this team's untested. I have faith because they worked with Rocksteady, but only time
You
will
never
tell.
know.
Only time will
Yeah.
tell, dude.
So, what about your deal? Hey, Shorty. Shorty. Hey, quit that, buddy. Be easy. Oh God. I don't even know what he's barking about.
Is he being a pain in the ass?
Yeah.
Well, that's how it goes, man. He's a
It does.
doggo. It's a doggo. He he can't help himself. So I don't want to stay completely on video games, so I'll sort of do a split topic on this.
Okay.
So Nintendo is doing some bullshit again. They issued a copyright strike against somebody for code that is not even Nintendo's. This person wrote code for like multiplayer stuff in Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild that's been up forever. I'm talking
Mm-hmm.
years. And they issued copyright strikes against it. And basically, he got Nintendo's email and everything. He emailed them, and nothing. Just absolutely
Of course.
just railed by the system. And then, of course, the community tries to help and get behind him and everything, but it's just gotten to the point where Nintendo just doesn't care anymore. They haven't cared in a
Yeah.
long time about creators creating something and not charging any money for it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
They're not making any money off of this. It's just like Pokemon Uranium. It's just like the the Metroid Ultimate thing that they were making a few years ago. It's just like all these other things that they have
The
tried
Smash
so
Bros.
hard.
Mods and all that
Yeah.
shit.
Oh yeah, Smash Bros. Online. Them blocking the tournament back in the times during COVID because there was a way to play online, but they didn't want to. They didn't want to have that because
Mm-hmm.
they didn't want to admit that their community had better options for playing online than Nintendo could come up with. If Nintendo really wants to, they should just hire these kids that are just really good at this, have them develop the shit, give them tell them thanks and everything, give them credit on it, and then let them go on their way. But
Yeah.
no, Nintendo just has to dip their nuts in everything. They just have to pretend like that everything that they do is untouchable, which I give them a lot of credit on being one of the big saviors of video games during the 1980s, and
Oh
also
yeah.
in terms of their reach and everything like that. And also
They
for
cleaned up the Atari mess for sure.
they did. And then not only that, but also now with the new Mario movie being out. I mean, actually, let me see how much I meant to check, see how much it made for its second weekend. But damn, okay, it made another $92 million.
God.
Holy fuck! It's up
It's
to
a
three hundred and
juggernaut.
fifty-three million dollars, dude. Hold on, let's look at the weekend. Like, it only lost. Yeah, it only went down 36% when the usual second week drop for most uh, movies like that is in like the 50 or 60%. That's
Jesus.
usually the drop. But dude, that is unbelievable.
Yeah, that's insane.
I love that. I love the fact that that film is still killing it at the box office.
I feel like the movie was great. I just don't know what message Hollywood is going to take from this. If they use it in a good way and understand that fan service and giving people what they want and not trying to reinvent the fucking wheel with characters and shit is the way to go, then yeah, we win. But if they decide, oh my God, like we can use this to manipulate like whatever message we want to send to people, and we can change characters into whatever we want and just destroy their backstories and everything anybody's ever connected to them,
Oh
then
god.
we're fucked.
Yeah.
Then we're
That
fucked.
then we would be completely fucked, no
Sonic
doubt.
was awesome. Sonic 2 was awesome. The
Yeah, I like
Mario
both of
Brothers
those.
movie has been awesome.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's looking like The Last of Us seems to be a fucking home run. Like,
It
so,
in terms of certain things, I would say that's one of the weaker ones from the modern thing because I would
but
say
in comparison to what has
comparison
been
to what
done to
came
a lot of
before,
these,
yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
Doom. Shall we forget what happened to Doom? The Resident Evil movies, like,
Oh, and the Resident dude, even modern stuff like the Resident Evil series that they tried to come out with on
oh
Netflix, god
God,
awful. And then of course, Resident Evil, Return to Raccoon City, where they tried to tell all first three games in one movie. No,
that was
you
the digital one,
no, that was the
the
most.
animated one.
No, this was a live action one that came out
Oh,
not too long ago. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, it. Let's see, Resident Evil. Welcome to Raccoon City. Yeah, there it is. By Johannes Robert. So it basically tried to tell all three stories within the first all three games in the first or in one movie that was less than 2 hours long. They dumped $25 million into it and it barely made its money back. And it has yeah, here we are. It has Claire, Jill, Chris, Albert Wesker, Leon, Ada Wong, Sherry Birkin, dude, it has everybody, and it's
in one
just
movie.
in one movie, and it just goes to show you studios don't know jack shit about how to present
Mm-mm.
these films. It's just like, oh, let's just throw a bunch of blood at it. Let's just that guy from oh yeah, and also the director of it was the dude who directed 47 Meters Down, a fucking
Mm.
awful shark movie. I hate that
Yeah.
movie. I hate it. No doubt. It's a bad movie. And I don't know why he keeps getting work because I outside of The Strangers Pray at Night, there hasn't been another movie that I've liked from him. Period.
Dude, what would a Crash Bandicoot movie look like?
Has to be animated. 100% has to be
Yeah.
animated. I would say if you get you know who I think would do good with it? The
Oh,
director of Paddington, the Paddington movies.
oh
I
yeah.
think he would kill with that because a little bit of risque humor, a little bit of tongue-in-cheek references and stuff like that. Off on an adventure, animate, and where he's good at working with animated like pets and animated animals and stuff like that. I think you can make it work, and I think you have to get the right people to play Gruntilda. You have to get the right people. I wonder who we could get to play Gruntilda. You know, a big like menacing. Yeah, someone like that. I don't know who we could get. Let's see. Miriam Margolis, maybe. I forget her. Oh, I would say the woman who played the
I
Trunchbull.
thought I
forget her
said
name.
Crash Bandicoot.
Oh,
Did I say Banjo Kazooie?
God dang it! I'm stupid, dude. Forgive me. I mishear shit all the time. Crash Bandicoot. Okay, sorry.
Well, that
Cra-
would be a good movie too. Like seeing Crash Bandicoot would be fucking crazy.
So my mistake. Crash Bandicoot.
Or
Okay.
Banjo
Okay.
Kazooie. I mean,
Okay.
both of them would be cool movies.
Okay, but in terms of Crash Bandicoot, I think Banjo Kazooie would be easier to make because, the characters actually talk and they've
Yeah.
been able to vocalize a bit more. Crash, I would say, would probably be a little more difficult because Crash doesn't talk at all. The only ones who do talk are, Aku Aku and
Mhm.
friggin'
Well, the personality of
Coco, his
Crash
sister.
I would get from whenever Sony was using him as a mascot and he was like outside of fucking buildings with megaphones yelling at people and fucking like just being a
Yeah, that
snarky
was.
asshole.
Yeah, I could see that, but it would change up the dynamic of which he is in the games because in the games he doesn't do that.
Right.
I could see him potentially being like that, in an animated form. He could probably just be. He'd probably just be like, "It's like, hey, Cortex, yeah, down here, dummy. How you doing? Do we really got to do this today? I mean, I had a beach day planned. I had all this going on, and then you just had to mess with my shit. Are we really doing this? Okay. Hey, and then all of a sudden he just like throws it aside and he's like, "Let's go."
Well, what about this? Since you brought up Rare,
Yeah.
what about Conquer movie with Bill Burr as Conquer?
Ooh, Bill Burr would be perfect as Conker. Bill Burr would be absolutely
That shit
perfect.
would be fucking
He'd
hilarious.
just be like, I don't really do this a lot, but I need a beer. Yeah, just
You really wouldn't have to pitch his voice down that much.
no, just let Bill Burr go. I'd let him improvise, dude.
Yeah.
Because if we're going R-rated on this, I'm talking like hard R rating. Like, just let Bill Burr go. I would just
Explain
let,
the character to him and then just let him do his thing.
yeah, just like an asshole squirrel who, splurges pop cultural references, is aware of the fact that he's in a video game and like winks to the camera a lot. Dude, he would have a blast with that.
Yeah,
I don't think you could get any better casting than Bill Burr.
that would be pretty dope.
Yeah. I would also say, I know they had Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong. I would say we talked about casting. For me, Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong, I know why they cast him. I
Yeah.
know why, because he's Seth Rogen. He's the funny guy in Hollywood.
Right.
Yeah, that shit. We talked about who would be a better casting for him. I would say probably Lil Rel Howery. Remember Rod, I'm TS motherfucking A from Get Out.
Oh yeah.
I think he'd be hilarious as Donkey Kong. And I would also say Diddy Kong, you could probably get someone. I don't know who you could get as Diddy Kong. Diddy Kong would probably be someone. I don't know, but I loved your idea of Joey Diaz as Cranky Kong.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's just a killer move because it would be so much better than what we got in the Mario movie. Because you just imagine be like, hey, who took my bananas? Hey,
Yeah, for
hey,
sure.
yo, who
Joey
took my
Diaz is
bananas?
funny as fuck.
Yes, he'd be hilarious as Cranky Kong. So I I would say the one thing with but Nintendo has their good side, they have their bad side. I just wish that they would focus more on their good side than their bullshit bad side because it just constantly fucks me up that it's a company I love, but it gives me so many reasons to hate.
They're constantly saying "fuck you guys" for no reason.
Yeah, why? It makes no sense to me. I mean, what
Why
did
can't
I
I
do?
get Pokemon Crystal on the Switch yet?
Yeah, why
Why
can't
can't
we
I play
play?
Soul Silver on the Switch?
Why can't we have a Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time on Switch? Just remaster the one that was on 3DS. That would be perfect.
Yeah.
Can you do that for it? No? Okay. I'm
Oh
asking too
well.
much. I'm asking
But
too
there you
much.
have it.
Yeah,
Don't judge us. Don't shoot us. We're just the messengers. These
exactly.
are our opinions.
Yeah, we have to live by them as best we can. But the other thing that I wanted to discuss, to just a short topical thing. Let me. Oh, damn it. So they're canceling a few things. The one thing that got canceled. Where's that? Okay. Oh yeah, they banned the show Assassination Classroom in school libraries. Did you ever see? Have you ever seen that show?
Yes.
Why would they ban it in school libraries?
I don't know. It's not even like that. Like
No, it
it's not
isn't.
even.
No, it isn't. It's once again just people hearing the name and assuming shit.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong; it says a lot, but that does. But if you understand the context of the show, you're just like, this has nothing to do with like
Because
what
people
you're
want to
thinking.
point fingers at everything but the problem because the actual problems are usually difficult.
Yeah, it,
So
it
if we
is,
can just point all of our fingers at something and be like, it's not
and
our
people
fault.
forget
Look at
about it.
this.
Yeah, it's just like
Yeah.
Marilyn Manson. Marilyn Manson, they blamed him for everything
They
doing
blamed
with
him for
Columbine.
Columbine, dude.
Yeah, and
How
don't
are
get me
you going to
wrong.
blame rock and roll music for Columbine?
Oh well, dude, there was also another one. There was a case back in the '80s. There was a dude who went under a overpass and committed self termination, and then next thing you know, they were like, oh, they went into his room and they found out that he was listening to this Judas Priest record over
Oh my
and over
God.
and over again. And they were like, it had subliminal messaging in it, telling him that he had to do it. Like everyone was committed to the idea of that, and they played the record all the way backwards. They played it all the way forwards, backwards again. They slowed it down. They sped it up. They didn't find anything. And Judas Priest had to sit in a courtroom whilst they tried to tear them apart and say that your music is just awful. It causes people to do this. It's the devil's work and this and that. Look at the satanic imagery on here and just like
Fucking
point.
idiots.
Yeah, it's stupid. And then of course, you have all these yahoos who want to latch onto it as well and are just going to keep doing that because it's what they do best. They can't do
Yeah.
anything useful. They can't actually think about, oh, what about mental health? Did anyone ever think to ask about this guy's mental health? No. Okay.
No, it was
Same
the
thing.
records.
Yeah, it was the records, just like Marilyn Manson. Did anybody ever think to talk to Claybold and did anyone think to talk to either of them? No.
No.
Okay. Why not? Well, because they were weird. They liked stuff that was different than us. It's like, okay, you still think about talking to them? Like anybody?
And they were pretty brazen and wide open with what they were thinking and what they were wanting to do. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't a secret.
Yeah, and the fact that nobody talked to them and was trying to be like just because that's the thing. You talk to yourself, or you get someone like-minded enough to parrot the same stuff back to you. It's an echo
Echo
chamber,
chambers.
and
Yeah.
basically that's all. That's all it is. And whenever you get someone else in there, be like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! What are you guys talking about? Why would you do this?" Just like, and then all of a sudden, their sanity starts to kick in a little bit. Like, well, maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe I should actually like
Yeah.
talk to somebody about it.
They were pretty much fucking monsters. I don't think there was any steering them away from what they were going to do, but there could have been
Maybe,
some stopping
maybe,
them
but
before they did it.
yeah, maybe.
You
And
know?
I would say the biggest thing is just for me. I really wish something could have been done to stop it from happening, but you
Yeah, for
know,
sure.
wish in one hand and shit in the other. See which one fills up first. I hate to say it.
Well, if I'm eating tacos, I can answer that pretty easily.
There you go. There you go. So yeah, in terms of just stuff like stuff being canceled, ever since Columbine, ever since that's happened, and ever since the internet and everything has come into the fold now, it's just spiraled out of control because of the amount of misinformation, the amount of just stuff that people put out there, and then people latch onto, even though there's no evidence to back it, no
Hmm.
credence behind it, or anything. It's just people, people
I've
literally
got an
having
example
lunacy.
of
What's
shit
that?
that has no fucking evidence and that people are pointing the finger about, and it's really bothering me. I keep seeing people talk shit about Grogu, man. Baby Yoda. People
Yeah.
keep being like, there's a Baby Yoda problem in Star Wars. Get the fuck out
How?
of here.
How
If
is
you
there a Baby
guys are
Yoda
just not
problem?
smart enough to utilize a badass character that you created, that's your fault.
Yeah, I
Like,
agree.
I have a feeling that they're going to end up doing something with fucking Grogu that's going to totally suck and blow all the potential of that character.
They're gonna kill him. They're I think they're either gonna kill him or they're just gonna like put him in a story that's just gonna paint him into a corner and then he's just gonna disappear. Because this is what they do, man. They can't help it. They can't help but anytime the fandom gets behind something, they have to subvert it and just like completely throw it out the window.
Well, they
Because
hoard
fuck
him
it.
out like to a supreme degree,
They did.
with
Grogu
marketing and
pillows,
shit like that.
Grogu plushies, Grogu everything. Grogu
Hmm.
ice cream. Like
Hmm.
I everything, dude. It's insane how much they did that.
Yeah, I'm still a fan though, so it makes me mad. He hasn't been shit on too much in the fucking show so far. He's been badass the entire time and continues to be that way. I
Yeah.
just hope that they don't go, oh, we've got to do something about this guy and like
Yeah,
fucking
right.
shell, just dump him out somewhere whenever he could be one of the most badass Jedis that exists. But I think that, or not Jedis, but like bounty hunters that's ever exists, like a fucking Yoda Mandalorian is the coolest shit I've ever heard of. And if we don't get to see peak Grogu in full Mandalorian gear fucking beating ass, I'm going to be highly disappointed.
I don't think it's gonna happen. I really think that they're just gonna fuck it up
I
because that's what
pray.
they do. That's what
Please
they
don't
do.
do it to
Now
my
that
boy.
Kathleen Kennedy has basically been guaranteed to like stay with Lucasfilm for an unforeseen amount of time, I'm just convinced that she's
We're
just
going to
gonna
get some moral lessons. We're going to be
no
taught
yeah
how we
she
should
yeah we're
see
gonna get some
things.
finger point and just be like, you see, this is how things need to be. You
Hmm.
people don't understand anything about how it is in the real world. It's like, yes, coming from a jaded 60-plus-year-old millionaire who's never had to work a single day in her life. Right. Right. We don't know hardship. We don't know what it's like to, have to beg for money, have to like hustle and all that. Yeah,
Well,
we don't know. We
I
don't
will say
know.
that she has worked her ass off, but only in dream jobs that any of us would fall on a sword to get.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Like, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's like she's worked her ass off on, literally been handed one of the biggest, most popular franchises ever of all time, and during her tenure, has basically ran it into the ground.
Yeah.
I mean, I have all the confidence in the world saying that. I have no confidence left in anything
It's not what
Kathleen
it used
Kennedy
to be, dude.
touches.
The majesty of Star Wars is really
It's
lost.
dead. It's dead
Yeah.
almost.
It
I would
used to be it used to be
almost
something
almost a
way
holy
greater.
thing. Almost like a
Yeah.
holy thing. People would
I
speak of
still
Star
love
Wars
it.
and hold it on a holy platter.
I just feel bad for people who get into it after all of this and they have no idea what it was before this, you
God
know.
awful. Yeah.
Well, we have shook our fists at the clouds for quite a while.
Yes, 35 minutes worth, and I think it's we're gonna keep this one short today because Chad's got shit to do, I got shit to do, and we're just gonna end it here, everybody. So hopefully you have enjoyed what you've seen here, and hopefully you will be back for more in the future.
Hope
So
so.
until next time, everybody. Signing off. I am Nate,
I'm Chad.
and we'll see you in the next one, everybody. Peace.